So this is how we do it on our calculator, and it's not hard to do, but once again, I would really only do it if I had a large data set. We're going to enter our data set under the data table. So please hit data on your calculator, and there may be some data in there, so let's get rid of what's there. Do you remember how to do that? If we hit data again and choice 4, it clears all of our tables. So hit data, and then hit data again to clear your tables if you need to. Okay, once you have clear tables, look up. Awesome. Now go ahead and enter that data in L1. So go 15, enter. 17, enter. Enter all that data in L1, please. Okay, when you finish entering your data, please look up.
So you press data and then data again, and then you just press clear.
My L2 is
4.
not clear.
If you hit 4, then it would have cleared everything.
Okay, yeah. So then you just enter 4.
4 is clear all tables. If you hit data twice and hit 1, then it just cleared L1.
Cool, I got you.
17?
Do we enter all these numbers?
Yep.
So what do we do after that?
We pause and wait for our fellow classmates.
Oh, I would just.
Have you entered the data?
No.
Enter your data.
Never leaves some of mine. Acceptance. Did you see that Captain Phillips movie?
No, I want to.
I saw it.
So we just do like 15.
No. You're just entering, doing the number. Enter. The next number. Enter.
Miss Willoughby, did you see the Captain Phillips movie?
Huh?
The Captain Phillips movie? No. Oh, I saw it.
All right. Those of you that are with me, now we're going to quit out of that. To quit, you hit the second and the mode button. The mode button is right beside the second button. So it's second and mode. And now we're going to go in and do a little statistic analysis on that data we entered in L1. So you hit second data, which is your statistics and regression. And we only entered data into one column because we only have one variable statistics. So choose choice 2. We put our data in L1, so make sure it's highlighted. The frequency of each piece of data is 1, and then calculate. What you should see is n equals 8. That means you entered 8 pieces of data. The next thing you should see is x bar equals 17.5. Okay? Well, what is x bar? That is the mean. So, I've got one piece of the puzzle now. Because the first thing I do is find the average. And I made my calculator do it for me this time. Now, I'm going to make my calculator do the rest of it. So, quit out. So, hit second and mode again. And go back into the data table. Hit data. And it probably puts you in L1. But arrow over to L2. Now, we're going to make it do the absolute value of the difference between all those numbers in L1 and that mean we just found, 17.5. So, let me tell you where the absolute value is on this calculator. If you hit the math button, which is diagonal from the second button, if you hit the math button and arrow over to number, what do you see as choice 1?
ABS.
ABS. What do you think that stands for? Absolute value. So hit quit, because I forgot to tell you to do something first.
Dang it.
Now we know where to find it. Whoops. Go back into data, and first we have to tell it we're going to do a formula. Is everybody back in data, back over into L2? Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
Well, if you hit data one more time, do you see you have a choice to clear, which we don't want to do because we just entered the data we wanted, but we also have the choice to enter a formula.
Yeah.
So arrow over to formula and enter for add. So now we're adding our formula. Well, the first thing we're going to add is absolute value. How do you find it?
Math.
You hit not
No,
just
not
math.
Just math.
Arrow over to number, choice 1. What we want it to do is the difference between each piece of data in L1 and the mean. Well, to tell it L1, please hit the data button one more time and look what your choices are.
L1.
L1. So hit enter. So now it should say on the screen, L2 equals ABS, open parentheses, L1. Now we're going to do minus, what was the mean that we just found? 17.5. Close your parentheses and hit enter. And do you see how it filled in that whole L2 for us?
Wow.
I see that.
Dang. How interesting.
So it found all of the absolute values of all those deviations, all the differences. Now, the next step is add all of these up, which we could do by hand, or we could make the calculator do it for us. So, we wanted to add up everything in L2. So if you hit second in mode and quit back out, and then go back into that stat again, second data, and choice 1. Nope, choice 2.
That tricked us.
I know. It's one variable stats, which always makes me want to hit 1, but it's actually choice 2. Now, where's the data we want to add up this time?
In L2.
L2, so arrow over to L2. And go till you hit calculate. Now, one other thing that you need to know, the Greek letter sigma. Whoops, and it's okay. The Greek letter sigma that looks kind of like an E.
Oh yeah.
Sigma means sum. So arrow down to number 5. Do you see where it says sum the x's? What does it say the sum of your x's are?
18.
18. So what that is, that's the sum of that column, 18. So if we take the 18 and we divide it by how many numbers we had?
We have approximately.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. So we'll do 18 divided by 8 and we're done.
That equals
2.25.
You know, we probably could have done that.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. It had the average on there for us, didn't it?
Yeah, the X bars.
Oh, that's the X bar is our mean absolute deviation. X bar is the mean absolute deviation.
So the X bar is 2.25.
Huh? You just confused me.
The mean absolute deviation is 2.25.
Yep.
You missed.
What if you didn't get to fill in L1?
So the mean, the X bar is the mean absolute deviation. Now, once again, I would not use a calculator on that unless it was big numbers or a lot of data. That would be the only time it would really be helpful for me.
Let's have a long list of directions.
Okay.
I got lost in L1, so I don't really need it or to know that. Or
You got lost along the way?
yeah.
Okay, guess what I am handing you right now? Printed directions.
Oh, thank you.
Printed directions.
Quite a list.
Okay, you know what, Roland, you're right, it is quite a list. But we are only doing the first thing today. Later on, we'll go back and do linear regression, and then we'll go back and do residuals.
Can we use this on our test?
No, you may not.
Oh!
Will you have hard things on the test that would like
Okay,
benefit you?
will I give you ugly stuff where it might benefit from using the calculator? I don't know, some people like technology, so they would like the calculator anyway.
Yeah, but if you can't use a purple sheet, then
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay, let's look at the back of your sheet we've been working on. Now, you guys are real familiar with mean, median, mode. I'm not really worried about that at all. But there are some questions on here that you have to think differently about. Number 1 says, the number of runs scored by the Stars Mill baseball team in their last 6 games, and it gives them to us. So these are the number of runs. We had 8, we had 3, we had 5, we had 4, we had 4, and then we had 7. How many runs do they need to score in the 7th game? We don't know. To have a mean score of 5. So, who has an idea what we do? Okay, Matt, what do you think?
Alright, so just to make it easier so we can add up all those numbers right there.
Okay, so we do 8 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 7. Okay,
And plus x.
plus x
And then you put that over 5.
over how many?
5.
That was terrible.
7, yeah. That's what I meant. Something. And you
1,
have
2,
to do
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Divide by 7, and what should it equal?
5. Yeah, but I meant to.
That's exactly how you solve that. Beautiful. Y'all didn't need me.
Hey, Matt.
Okay,
Good job.
you have the rest of math class to work on. The front of the worksheet. The front of the worksheet, you are doing numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 through 14, 19, and 21. And you're going to do all back.
That's our homework.
That's your homework.